Welcome back to another stream and welcome to a celebratory live stream. Today we're going to be talking about Troll, which is absolutely exploding right now. We're also going to get into my favorite altcoins to be buying in the market currently. You guys know I've already mostly filled my bags up with my conviction plays, but there's some lower cap plays that I'm looking to increase my size in and continue DCAing into some of the micro caps. But guys, look at the screen right now. Troll absolutely sending it. What a genius buy alert it was all the way down in the dumps. And, this is really what goes on in the VIP group. You see 2, 3, 4, 5 X's literally in a matter of days from joining the group. And, look at that monthly chart. We were buying all the way down here. I think 12 cents I dropped a buy alert on this, or not 12 cents, but 0.012 all the way down here, man. It is absolutely sending it. We bought the lows. We bought the the absolute lows of the chart, and now it's at the absolute highs. And some of the feedback we've had in the group has just been tremendous. People have paid off debt they owe. People have bought new cars. People are making a shit ton of money right now from this buy alert I posted on Troll. You can see, obviously, some of the buy alerts I posted, 0.012, 0.015, and right now it is at 0.033, literally a week or so after buying. So absolutely phenomenal to see. But we've got some other stuff to talk about today, but I just want to say a big congratulations to all of the VIP members who were smart enough to follow that buy alert. Congratulations to all of you. You've been rewarded, and there's going to be many more plays coming soon which are going to continue to reward the VIP members. And even if you're a freebie, even if you were just a YouTube viewer, you would have gotten Troll on one of my videos. If you watch closely, it was one of my top 4 micro cap plays, and I shared that all the way back down there at 14 0.014. So you would have also got it at a very nice price. Anyway, we've got some other things to talk about other than just how well we are doing right now. I could talk all day about how well we're doing and all the wins we've got in the group, but I'm not going to do that all stream. But some news came out regarding the tariffs. So I think it's reasonable to discuss that a little bit, give you my thoughts on the Chinese tariff situation. Because basically there's been an agreement to extend the deadline another 90 days. Okay, another 90 days. They're going to be extending the deadline. Let me just find the exact post here. So China and US to extend tariff pause by another 90 days. That is the official report. And some people have been asking me, what are my opinions on this? Well, obviously, it's better to have an extension than it is to have escalation again and resumption of high tariffs. So it's better to have an extension than it is to, have the tariffs situation again. However, it's still not necessarily, amazing news. Ideally, we would have gotten a deal and not an extension. And this just creates a bit more uncertainty, you could say, for the Fed when it comes to their decision making. The Fed want clarity. They want clarity in terms of trade. They want to know what the deal is, right? They want to know the tariff rates and what they're going to be in a year or in 2 years because they've got to make decisions that have consequences in the future. And these types of things, they just create, more and more uncertainty when it comes to rate cuts. And we're actually seeing the odds for a rate cut decrease. Okay. So you can see 25 basis point rate cut. At one point, that was higher than 50% yesterday. Yesterday, that was higher than 50%. Now it's gone down to 48%. It's not a massive difference, but the point is, this kind of uncertainty decreases the chance of a rate cut. That's what it does because it makes it harder for the Fed to, operate in terms of their job and to do their decisions. So that's just something to be aware of. But right now, if we take a look at the market, Bitcoin is trying to break out here, okay? Trying to break out. And to me, it kind of looks like a breakout from the chart that I've been looking at. And we've got the weekly close tonight. So it's a great time to do this. It's a great time to be seeing a breakout when we've got the weekly close literally tonight. And I want to give a quick reminder, every single week there is a weekly close group call hosted in the VIP group on Discord. You can interject with any of your thoughts, you can share some questions, some alpha, whatever. And it's just a great group discussion with all the members. And I'm obviously in there discussing the week ahead and the key levels that we need to close above for the current weekly close, which is tonight. I think it's at 1 a.m. UK time. So make sure that you are in the group for that weekly close. People are making a ton of money in the group right now. It's absolutely phenomenal, some of the feedback I've had. So it's always great to see. And Troll is just one of the recent ones that's absolutely exploding. There's been a few other calls. Millie, Sayan did a 5x. It's just day in, day out. We're making those X's. So it's a no-brainer to be in there. But Bitcoin, to me, looks like it's trying to form some sort of a breakout here. And, we're definitely looking better right now than where we were down here at 114K when it looked like there was a chance we were going to break down below the macro resistance trend line. We're well in the clear of the macro resistance trend line. I said to you guys, we can't close below it. I said if we close below the macro resistance trend line, it's pretty bearish. It's not a good thing. We're probably going down to 109K. Thankfully, we're actually well in the clear of that trend line now. We've seen a significant move up compared to where we were just literally a couple of days ago. So it looks like we're definitely going to close above that trend line, which we've used as support now, and a few times. And it's always great to see. It's always great to see previous resistance get flipped into support and then use it multiple times and then use that to propel us up higher. So I'm very, very happy to see that. Bitcoin 119.1 looking very good. And to me, it's looking ready for a move up to around $130,000. Can you believe it? Absolutely amazing. Ethereum 3.8K, trying to get to that resistance at 4K. If we can push past that, it would be amazing. But it doesn't look like we're going to get a move above 4K tonight. It's possible. We've seen crazy things happen in crypto before, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get above 4K tonight. But if we do, it is game on. Alt season is going to be, fully underway, and we're going to see crazy, crazy gains. Casper was one as well I wanted to talk about a little bit because I've been looking very closely actually at this Casper chart, and we can see all the times it's rejected at this trend line I've drew out, right? You can see 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We've done it again just recently here. Now, if we can close the week on Casper, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If we can close the week above kind of 11 cents, which we're getting close to now, that would potentially incentivize me to get into a trade, a bit of a swing trade on Casper, targeting 20 to 30 cents as the take profit region. So that's just something I wanted to mention. If I do enter that trade, I will be sharing it in the Discord with the members and letting them know that I've entered, a bit of a swing trade there. Now, let's just take a quick look at dominance and total 3 and others, and then we will get into all of the comments. But I appreciate you guys being here today. And please do smash the likes on the stream if you're just tuning in. Appreciate you all being here. So let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which is continuing to hold the support in the golden pocket region. Only just, okay? It would be absolutely amazing if we could get dominance to go below 60% tonight on the close. If we could close on dominance below 60%, it's going to be a huge boost for the altcoins because the next support after that is down around 56%. So all we need to do is close below 60. We're at 61 right now. Just get below 60 and it's going to be a wonderful weekly close. Now, it might not happen. Maybe we just hold this support this week and then maybe next week we drop down. But either way, the golden pocket is clear support on dominance. It would be great if we could lose this support. It's not often, right? You're looking at a chart and you're hoping that you lose support. Usually you hope that you hold support unless you're shorting something. But with dominance, it's obviously a good thing for the altcoins if dominance crashes, because that means more and more money is flowing into the altcoins. Okay, total 3. We're watching this breakout on total 3 and our targets remain the same. 1.5 trillion is the target. And, we're just below the all-time highs here on total 3. I predict that very, very soon we're going to see total 3 form a new all-time high. A new all-time high would be above 1.1 trillion. And that would be pretty monumental, right? Because I've said before, and I'll say it again, we're not in a true full-scale alt season until Total 3 actually breaks out above its 2021 level. Like, how can you be in a true bull run if you're still below 2021 market caps, right? You can't. You can't be in a true bull run if you're below 2021 levels still. It's just not possible. You can be in a partial bull run, right? You can definitely be making gains, but for us to truly enter that alt season, we need to see price discovery on total 3, which would be above, 1.1 trillion. If we get above that, then it's price discovery, and it becomes very difficult sometimes to predict the levels of resistance when you enter price discovery. The main thing that I go off is the fibs, but even the fibs sometimes don't account for price discovery mode. You can just see crazy, crazy things when you enter price discovery. So across the board, we are looking ready. Bitcoin's looking ready. Altcoins are looking ready. Ethereum's getting very close now to 4K. All it needs to do is break above that. And we are going to see some tremendous things across the board with our altcoins. Let me take a quick look at others as well, and then we will get into your questions. Get your questions in the chat, guys. But yeah, others seeing a bit of a bounce as well. Yeah, others is looking good also, man. It's game on. And it was great to see as well, say get above those May highs. It's great to see that. If we could close the week above those May highs, then that would be also a very good thing to say. For Sui, rather. For Sui. Okay, let's get into the comments. Okay. Thank you for the 20 EGP, whatever that is. Appreciate the donation. Archie with the best group. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate the donation and the kind words about the group. Yeah, there's no doubt. It's definitely the best group in crypto. And we're printing right now. It's great to see. Let's take a look at Troll, see where it is right now. Wow, it's up crazy. What a crazy pump. And we literally caught it at the bottom. Like, we bought Troll just before this explosion. We called it. Or I called it. Very few people were talking about Troll. And people questioned me. People were like, why are you buying Troll? It looks dead. It's a bad meme. And I bet they're wishing they didn't doubt me now. Super is going to melt faces. Very surprised it's not on your list. Yeah, Super will do all right. I'm just not too impressed with the chart. That's all. Shopping spree with my girl. Thanks, Archie. Wow, amazing, man. It's always great, when you can treat the people around you with some of the gains that you make in crypto. It's always a good feeling. And I'm glad you're doing that from the VIP group. Your last couple of meme calls been printing. That's great. Archie, thoughts on BOMO? Crypto Galaxy says he knows team and they are legit. He says it is the next Ponky. Yeah, I don't think it'll be the next Ponky. Ponky has next level marketing, right? I mean, Ponky has a ton of followers on social media. I don't think Bomo will be the next Ponky. But let's take a look at it. It just looks like a copy of Ponky, really. It might do fine, right? But it just looks like a cheaper copy of Ponky to me. The chart looks fine. It looks fairly organic, and the listings are okay. Nothing special, but this just looks too similar to Ponky for me to buy it. Like, I usually stay away from meme coins, which are basically just carbon copies of other memes. You know, I remember how many copycat memes there were to Pepe. Like, how many copycat memes was there to Pepe? There was like Pepe's sister, Pepe's dog, Pepe's cat, Pepe on this chain, Pepe on that chain, PP, Pipey. How many different Pepes were there, right? And no one hears about any of them now. They all rugged. And I remember the Knight Riders as well. All the different Knight Rider coins. No one's talking about them now. So I just don't like copycat memes. I prefer ones which are pretty unique, and I don't think this one looks too unique. I prefer cultural memes as well right now. And that's why Troll's pumping so much, because it's a cultural meme. What a great call Troll was. Great call on Troll. Thank you, LK. Appreciate it. Thoughts on Mamo? Let's take a look at Mamo. I've looked into this before. It looks decent. The only thing is the listings are appalling. So we need some centralized exchange listings for me to consider this coin. But the use case looks decent. When do you think Bitcoin dominance will drop to? Or what do I think it will drop to? And what do the fibs say about all-time high for Mumu this cycle? It's kind of hard to do fibs on a meme like Mumu and get any realistic prediction, so I tend not to do it. But Mumu could do anything between like a 10 to a 50x probably this bull run, and that's me being realistic, right? I'm not being a moon boy here. But dominance, I think it will drop between 48 to 52%. That's the region that I'm looking at. 48 to 52%. Yeah, that's like the pocket I'm looking at. Or 47 to 52 to be precise. But I think it will go into the low 50s pretty easily in the coming weeks. I like Zora, and Edge looks decent. Couldn't hear what you said about ZBCN yesterday as it was muted. Yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, it looks good. ZBIC looks good. The chart looked decent as well. It came down to the golden pocket and got a bounce. I like the use cases. I like the narrative it's in. The exchanges are good. It looks solid, honestly. It looks like a solid play. Do I have an update on Arrow? I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just looking good. One thing I would say is we need to get above this like resistance level here. If we get above that, then it's looking amazing. But right now, it's just looking fine. It's not looking really bullish. It's not looking bearish. We just need to get above like 9.6 to see another move up. But I'm already up a ton on Arrow. I got into Arrow as low as 39 cents. So we're already printing in the VIP. As you know, because you're a VIP member, Trusted. Great to see you, man. Look at Ondo. All right, we'll take a look at Ondo. It's like a doji candle on Ondo. Yeah, very weird candle on the week. I'm expecting altcoins get a bit of a bounce in the coming days. Thoughts on Walrus? It looks fine. It looks good. It's my number one beta play on Sui. Thoughts on Say? It's probably the best layer one to get a 5 to 10x on this bull run. It's absolutely solid. It just needs to break out above this downward sloping resistance line. A lot of these charts right now, that they're at resistance. They just need one push and then they're entering like almost like a price discovery mode and they'll pump loads. So that's what Say needs to do. It just needs to get above that downward slope and resistance. Cell frame? I haven't heard about cell frame in ages. Are they still building? That was one of my early calls ages ago. Are they still building? They had 2 pumps, right? It might do fine. It's just it's been around for a while, and it hasn't proven itself enough for me. Another great call on Troll, man. Archie's killing it. Thank you. Yeah, man. What a great call. What a great call again. I disagree. Don't wait for the exchanges to list them. Get in before, and you'll make gains. Yeah, that's easier said than done, though. How many times do you think a coin's going to get exchange listings and then it just doesn't, right? So you got to be careful with that. Sometimes you think a coin's going to get listings. The team promise Binance tomorrow, Coinbase tomorrow. Like look at Blaze, right? Look at Blaze. Just the first example that comes to my head. There's a YouTuber archetype constantly telling everyone this was going to get on all the big exchanges. I think he said Coinbase or Binance. I can't remember which one. I think Coinbase because it's on base. And he was telling all of his audience, this is going to get on Coinbase. We're all going to print. We're going to make so much money. It's just the beginning. I don't know which coin he said it was the next something, but maybe the next Pepe or something like that. But all these normies buying into the coin, convinced it was going to get on Coinbase because some influencer said so. It didn't even get on a single exchange, let alone Coinbase. It didn't even get on a single exchange, and it rugged. So I need to see it to believe it. I'm not going to listen to some influencer saying it's getting on Coinbase. I'm not going to listen to some scammy team telling me it's going to get on Coinbase. I'm not going to listen to some guys on Twitter or on Discord. I need to see the results, right? Or a coin is well backed by VCs. And then in that case, it's probably something you could assume is they're going to get listings, right? But I'm sick of people throwing around, oh, it's getting on Binance, it's getting on Coinbase. I'm sick of that. I need to see it with my own eyes, not just some random keyboard warrior telling me that something's going to get on Binance or Coinbase. How often does that actually happen when people are saying that? Especially influencers. So I'm not going to buy some low cap coin that's supposedly going to get a Coinbase listing just because some guy said so. Some Discord mod or some freaking guy on Twitter said it. I need to see it, right? I need to see the backing by Coinbase. I need to see that Coinbase Ventures back the coin, or, I'm not just going to blindly believe some nonsense that someone on social media is saying. Genuinely think HBAR is going to explode, backed by so many big boys plus the ETF. Yeah, HBAR will do great. I called HBAR at a really good price. Just recently, actually. What was the price we got into HBAR at in the VIP? Let me see. 16 cents. Yeah, so we got in at 16. So we're already up quite a lot. It's a nice little buy alert there. Already up almost double our money since that buy alert on H-bar. So yeah, I agree. H-bar is going to do very well. I don't like the coin a ton, to be quite honest with you, but I can just see it's going to make me money. And I'm not one of these, emotional soy boy investors who has to really like the coin to buy it. No, I just buy whatever's going to make me money. If I see a chart that looks good, if I see there's backers, I'll buy it and it will make me money. It's not about what I think at the end of the day, is it? It's about what the market thinks. I'm not the guy that runs the whole market. Like, I don't like H-bar that much because it's quite centralized, but who cares, man? I'm in crypto to make money, and it's already printed a ton of money for me. DJ, how's it going? Yeah, 100%. You should always do your own research. Even when I say things, you should go and check it for yourself, right? You shouldn't just blindly follow any YouTuber, including myself. You should always do your own due diligence. I got rugged on Mantra, shilled by Crypto Archetype. Now I just need a 5x to compensate my loss. We'll stick to Say, Walrus, Arrow, Ondo. That's it. I am done. Yeah, influencer shills rugging you. Yeah, man. Tell me about it. You just got to hold quality coins and be careful who you listen to on YouTube, because there's a ton of guys on YouTube who are purely in it for themselves. They will literally look at you and tell you a coin will 1000x, 500x. They'll look at you and tell you a coin's going to get on Coinbase when it never does and it just rugs. You got to be very careful. And you got to look at, before trusting a YouTuber, you should never fully trust a YouTuber ever, right? But you shouldn't trust many people in the world apart from your family and really close friends. That's a good bit of life advice. Trust nobody apart from your family. But like the reality is, if you are going to listen to a YouTuber, if you are going to join a YouTuber's group, they've got to have results. They've got to have results, right? I've got probably one of the best track records in crypto out of all the YouTubers. There's not really any rugs. Maybe a couple coins here and there haven't done well, but I'd say I've got like an 80 to 90% hit rate in terms of getting a 2x or more. So like an 80 to 90% win rate. That means 9 out of 10 of the coins I call pump. Some of these YouTubers have called 5, 6, 7, 8 rugs, and they've had their channel for less time than me. I've been going on YouTube now for almost 4 years. I think it's coming up 4 years. These guys have had a channel for 2 years, just a year, and they've called 5, 6, 7, 8 rugs already. It's shameful. Now, there have been coins in the past where I've held them and then sold them, and then maybe a year down the line, the coin rugs. But that's different, right? Because I wasn't holding the coin. I already got out in profits. So there's been coins in the past where I held it, made a 5x, sold it, and then 6, 7, 8 months later, the coin rugged. But I wasn't holding the coin when it rugged. So it doesn't count as a rug because I already took profits and exited the position. Like if you made 100x on Luna last bull run and then you sold it, so what, right? The coin rugged afterwards, but you already got out in profits. These YouTubers are holding the coin and then it rugs. And this happens like every single week. And they're probably the devs behind a lot of these coins. Hey, Archie, God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too. What do you think about Saiyan? Saiyan's already done what Troll has done. I don't know what you mean. Saiyan's made us a 5x in the VIP group. That's even more gains than Troll. Troll has done a 3x. Saiyan did a 5x for the VIPs. So I don't know what you mean. I gave the call for Cyan at 1 million market cap. It pumped to 5 million. We made a 5x on Cyan, so I don't get your question. If you're in the VIP, you would have got Cyan at 1 million and it pumped to 5 million. You had the chance to sell at a 5x. So I've already taken some profits out of Cyan. I still hold a good bag. But I don't get your question. It's already pumped 5x for us, which is even more than Troll. Troll's done like a 3x. Cyan's done a 5x in the past couple of months. Do you think in the 2026 bear market, something like Ondo could be a better buy than Bitcoin to hold until 2028? Yeah, but it's easier said than done, man. Yeah, RWA will be a big narrative for sure, but like, why would you put all your money in Ondo instead of Bitcoin? Like, Bitcoin's way safer. Ondo is always going to be riskier than Bitcoin. Yes, it's well backed. You know, yes, it's in a narrative that's up and coming and will do very well. But there's no reason to avoid Bitcoin and just go all in on Ondo in the bear market. So I'd say balance is key. Ondo probably will be a good one to buy in the bear market, but I would always hold way more Bitcoin than Ondo. Yeah, I've bought HBAR in the past as well. I bought it years ago too. I've made some good money on HBAR throughout the last few years. Seeing Sui has a lot of hype right now. Any interest on Sui meme coins? Yeah, people always ask me about Sui meme coins. I currently have no exposure to Sui memes purely because I already have like a third of my portfolio in Sui. So if a third of my portfolio is basically already in Sui, there's no reason for me to expose myself even further to the Sui chain. I've already got a very good, healthy amount of my portfolio in Sui, and I'm up a ton on it. So I don't need to do that. Just seeing there's a Hulk Hogan coin. Probably a scam. Is his family released it, or is it like just some guy on Deck Screener? I hope they haven't released a coin. I hope they haven't released a coin because yeah, it's probably some Deck Screener one. I'm not too big into like glorifying when someone's died, like buying meme coins around someone or stuff like that. I kind of stay away from stuff like that. It's a bit insensitive sometimes, you know? Ozzy Osbourne coin, Hulk Hogan coin. I just stay away from stuff like that. Yeah, there's even coins around wars, world wars and stuff. There's other ways I can make money. I don't need to buy into stuff like that. Yeah, Bitcoin will see a really big drawdown in the bear market. Of course. I think Bitcoin will go anywhere between 30 to 50K in the bear market as the floor. Even with institutions, the institutions will sell as well. That's what people don't understand. Because if you're holding money on BlackRock's ETF, right? And then you sell your ETF, BlackRock will also have to sell because they are holding the Bitcoin for you. So if there's a ton of people holding Bitcoin ETFs and loads of them sell, BlackRock will then have an excess of Bitcoin. They'll need to dispose it. They will dump it if they need to. There'll be outflows from the ETFs. So I'm not convinced with this idea of, oh, there's institutions involved now. We're not going to have a bear market. It's just a load of nonsense. That's what Michael Saylor was saying. He just says that so that you don't sell. I don't believe all that nonsense for 1 second, to be honest with you. And by the way, this isn't anything new. They said last bull run, we're never going to have a bear market again. They said last bull run, there'll be a super cycle into 2022. They said last bull run we're going to $1 million. I didn't listen to any of it. I was selling my Bitcoin 50 to 60K. I was selling Bitcoin and my altcoins last bull run. And despite everyone saying 100K, 200K, 300K, I didn't listen to them. I saw that we were getting pretty overheated in April 2021 and I was selling. So people always say these things. It's not anything new that we're going to pump into next year. We're going to pump into 5 years' time. We're not going to have a bear market. It's all a whole load of hogwash. That's what it is. Whole load of nonsense. Thoughts on Brett? I'm bullish on Brett. I think Brett is one of the best meme coins to have. It's pretty solid. The chart looks fine. It's undervalued compared to other memes for sure. 2 billion all-time high market cap. It's currently at 500 million. The only thing that was holding Brett back is the listings, right? Still doesn't have like a true tier 1 listing yet. So I don't know why that is. If it's something to do with crash, if it's something to do with the supply, or they just don't want to pay. I don't know the reasons, but that's maybe one of the downsides with Brett. The lack of tier 1s. Bitcoin's trying to reach 120K. Nice. Let's take a look. See what's going on. Getting a nice little drop on dominance today. Yeah, Bitcoin's breaking out right now. It looks bullish. It looks really bullish. Yeah, we're looking ready for another leg up next week. This to me is a breakout. See? We hit this line many times as resistance. We've broken above it now. The compression is now over, guys. The compression has finally finished. It's time to pump. We're heading to 130. 127 to 130 is my next target on Bitcoin. How's it going, Stephen? I don't know how I say it. Stefan, I think it is. How will the Trump tariffs affect the market in August? I think there will be some form of an effect of the tariffs in the back end of the year. You got to realize tariffs are an incredibly lagging thing when it comes to the economy. They don't have instant effects. Quite often, the effects happen further down the line. Also, right now, you've got a lot of tariff uncertainty. Now, trade uncertainty does not sit well with the Fed. The Fed want trade certainty. They want to know what the deal is. What's the tariff rate? How long is it going to be in place? They want to know those things. Right now, the Fed don't really have an idea of what's going to happen with tariffs with China because they've just delayed it another 90 days. So that's the situation right now that the Fed are in, and it makes it difficult for them to do rate cuts because of this. So it's just something to be aware of. The chances of a rate cut now in September are basically 50-50. Basically 50-50. Bitcoin's next big move is just around the corner. I agree with that. Archie might be secretly based. I'm very based. Sui Casper. Let's take a look at my Casper chart. Casper's still below resistance. Still not seeing anything yet to confirm a trend reversal. Casper's still kind of in a downtrend. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer. But Casper's still in a downtrend. When you look at the chart, it's still trending downwards. Until we get a confirmed breakout, there's nothing to get too excited about. However, Say is trying to get above its resistance here, which is good news. Say is trying to push forward. Milli's starting to pump as well. This is my #1 favorite meme coin on Say right now. Milli on Say, MILL. You can get it on Mexi. Starting to push up actually. So if Say becomes really big like we think it will, the meme coins on Say are going to be big, big money makers. And Milli's got a great looking chart, good marketing, decent listings. Nah, half decent listings. It's got Mexi, which is fine, right? But there's a good chance they'll probably get more the way it's looking. But I'm not going to promise you some listing that I don't know of. But I would expect some more. I would expect some more. All right, let's see what's going on with Total 3. Total 3 up 1.7% today. Others is seeing a nice little bounce. Dominance still in that golden pocket. Dominance still holding support. Once we see dominance drop below this golden pocket, we know it's time. We know it's time for the altcoins. We're still just waiting on that golden pocket for dominance. Price prediction for Walrus? Well, I think it'll probably do double what Sui does. So if Sui does a 5x, then Walrus could do a 10x. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here, but make sure you head on over to the VIP group because there's going to be a massive voice chat later today for the weekly close. Always love doing those weekly closes with you guys. We'll be talking about the levels we need to close above, and we'll be talking about the week ahead. We've got an FOMC coming up, so we'll be discussing that. Right now, it looks like there's going to be no change in terms of the federal funds rate, but we'll be discussing that, and we'll be discussing what Jerome Powell's likely to say. And we've been absolutely killing it lately. I mean, some of these recent buy alerts have been phenomenal, to say the least. You know, that is an understatement. I mean, look at that chart on Troll. And we called it right at the bottom, right at rock bottom. My lowest buy alert on Troll was at 12. So way over a 2x. 2 to 3x in a matter of days. You can't make it up. And that's just one of many. Many of my coins have already pumped a ton. Out of all my highest conviction plays, most of them are already up 2 to 5x. And most of my meme coin plays have already done a 2 to 5x as well in the past few weeks. So get yourself over there if you want to start winning. If you want to beat the rest of the crowd in crypto, because we are absolutely outperforming the rest of the crowd by orders of magnitude. No other group can compete. It's literally like men versus boys. The levels in which we outperform the market are insane. Anyway, we'll see you guys over in the Discord for that call later on tonight. I hope to meet some of you guys over there. Thank you for watching. Smash a like if you enjoyed. Follow me on X, Crypto Archie YT, and I'll